Hello, this is Cuberized, and welcome to my Craftoria Let's Play. At the last episode, we were setting up an automation system, simple one, around the Blaze Bloom goo from Just Our Things, so that it would automatically feed and harvest anything we gave it. So this is the input for what we want to place around the goo. This is the modular router that handles the what we're going to feed it. So to feed it, we use an activator module, and in our buffer, you need blaze powder or netherwort with this particular goo. So I can feed extra in here, which I have a little bit, and then this input is this bluish colored pipe that goes around. It is going to feed 5 modular routers. Each one has a placer module, and yeah, that's what all of this is hooked up to. I tried to use as few as pipes as possible and get around to everything. So then the red ones will extract from the 5 modular routers that have the breaker module. So the breaker module will not break coal, the primal coal, the blaze ember coal block, blocks of iron, and blocks of gold. Now this is anticipation. I can't do anything with this just yet, but in case I accidentally feed it, it'll just sit there. And we want, for these 4, what we want to have it happen is to be placed and have a chance to actually get infused from the goo before being broken. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick up all of this primal coal, go over here, and I'm going to throw it in and make some blocks. Can't make all of it, but I can get a few. So what I'm going to do is now input in the blocks, and they will start getting placed around. I think where did the other, all of it I think probably ended up here. Yeah. So it will process through, and then when it converts, this will break it, and then it'll bring it back over here, which will actually turn into this. And I will make these into blocks. So when we upgrade to the next version, then we'll be able to convert this to the next level of coal. Which, if we look and see what that is, actually it's over here. That would go into this void flame coal, which is what happens next. We're not there yet because we don't have the right goo for that, but it will be here. And we can see that we're already starting to get some things. So if I fed it coal, it would go to one of the other placers. Not this one, because this one is actually doing that, but it would go to one of the other 4, and it would start placing coal and break it. So I could literally run through 5 different stacks of things through here, or 5 of the same stacks of things, any combination of stacks at the same time, and it would all go through. And then as this needs fuel, this should place it. Why is it not placing it? I think I turned this around. I did. So it actually should be the front, not the... Yeah, I was getting a little fancy and trying to... Yep, there it went. It just fed. Trying to clean up the sides and flip things around, so I needed to adjust the faces. But yeah, there we go. So that is that. I did mention the salvaging table the other on the previous episode, and I just wanted to go over what this is and why this is handy. Again, just as a quick refresher, one of the things you can do with it is put in any apotheosis items, and it will break that down into some basic pieces. Here, this is what I want. But the other nice thing is it will break down horse armor. And let me put this stuff in here for just a moment. So if you end up with horse armor that you don't think you're going to be using or you don't need, you can put it in here. So I will run through one of each here to show you. And whoops, it probably helps if I have the barrel empty. So so we can actually see the difference here. So I will do one of each with an empty barrel. Okay, barrel is empty. Here we go. So leather obviously gets us leather. So if you need leather, you can run it through here. You'll get 7 leather. Let me take that out. Let's run through iron. Yep. 6 iron. Actually, if you check in here, you can see 3 to 8 leather. So I got probably 3. Yeah, 3. So it depends. When you run it through automagically like this, you won't see, you're just running it through, it's going to output what it outputs. So there's a range. Yeah, and I'll just snag that and this. So 32 gold, 21 iron ingots. This is from other things, 25, and I had a lot of leather. So yeah, quite nice for something that's just sitting around. And I did go through and process through all of my diamond, gold, iron, and leather. So what that means is I took off any enchantments using this setup, and that is empty, and then I made sure that they were up to complete durability. So that's why I have some things still hanging out in here, is because, you know, these just need a little bit more. But they don't have to necessarily be apotheosis oriented to get them to run through there. Fishing poles, crossbows, bows, and shields have to be apotheothic, if that's a word, to go through, but chainmail and all of, you know, the 4 basic types of armor can go through without being apotheosis, and it'll give you, again, you get a range, but don't, if you put them in and they're not full durability, you really don't get anything back, so it's not worth it. With this, with these compressed iron items, you won't get anything. Even if it's full durability, it doesn't know how to deal with that. And I did pick up a couple of pieces of netherite, and I did actually fix this. I merged in 3 swords to get one that was completely done. So there is all that. And with that, I also, because I did pick up some netherite while I was running around in the nether, because I was testing out my coin of fortune. Whoops, wrong one. Yes, my hero's medallion. I was testing out the hero's medallion and testing out the void tier, which is, I'm probably saying it wrong, infernal tier. The infernal tier to burn items into experience. And so I was burning netherrack into experience and having the coin catch it. Works out really well. When it's on, it's got a kind of this kind of glowingness to it, just like it might be enchanted. And then if you crouch and hit it again, it turns off. And then you can turn it on again and it will pick up experience. So these are fun to play with. I also play with this a little bit because I had so much time stored. I processed through a bunch of the mineral that I had, and I set this up a little nicer so that I put the mineral logs in here. It squeezes them, and then they go into here and they solidify into a crystal, and then it drops it into this chest. So that is what I've been doing. Yeah, so let me put this away. I needed to clear this up because I was overflowing here with items, so I went through and pulled out all of the armor and all the tools, and because I pick up everything, I had quite a bit, as you can imagine. So let's run this through. And I'll put this away. And so the upgrades I made is I made the bank to the top tier level from diamond and netherite. That takes actually I think there's one more tier above this, but I think that's, we'll take a look. But it takes 8 netherite ingots, and then I also did what is, oh, that's the link. Yeah, okay, that's not a level. That's a special thing, which we should make. And then I also upgraded my netherite backpack because I was running out of space here. So I added in 2 extra copper because I had them in my inventory, in my storage. Added them to get me another stack. So, so it's like throwing an iron in, only I didn't have to make an iron to get it. So we're going to go ahead and claim those quests. There's my top level bank, and I get an ingot back, which is nice. And then the diamond and the netherite on the backpack. I have not done the tanks yet, and that's this way, and I need to do the link for the bank and the link for the tank. And I'll show you what those do here in a moment. So let's go ahead and do that. Get that in there. Okay. So let's do a bank. It is, this is the link and this is the dock. So we're going to do both. And I should have this. It won't consume this, you get it back. So you don't have to worry about that. So whatever bank you have when you make this, it won't actually consume it, so you don't have to worry. First time I did it, I was worried that it was going to eat my bank. I actually made a basic bank so it wouldn't, but that's not needed, so just letting you know. And this I needed, was it smooth stone? Is this sorted by item count? That's not what I want. Yeah, name will be good. Polished andesite, so I don't see smooth stone. I should have stone. That's andesite. Where is... Oh, there it is. Smooth stone. I've got it. Never mind. I can go through the alphabet. Let's do this. No, I have that. And there we go. Okay. So I know this works with an AE2 system. I need to figure out how this is going to work with this. So first of all, let me get that out of the way. It might not work. Oh, no, I'm doing the wrong thing. What am I doing? I want this one. Trying to put... Okay. So if this works, first of all, let me put this back in. Okay, so my bank is actually next to my backpack. It's a little black, let me pull my inventory up here. It's a little black square. So this is a dock and this is the link. So I hope this works. Hopes this works. So if I look for it may not have the right connection. I may need another what is that logic cable? Is it logic? I don't know. I've actually not used this with this setup before, so no, that is not it. I need to do it with an empty hand. Okay, let me get that out of there. Let's see if this... let's get the clock out of the way. Again, I have not done this. I should have tested this out first. I did not. So it's going to be a learning experience for both of us. So let's see if this... No, it's not connecting at all. So that's not going to be what it does. I know you can hook it up to an AE2 system. Let's see if I can hook it up. This might not be the right thing either. Let's do integrated here. So there is... No, that's not it. This is... It's an energy interface. Energy... Item... Might need an item interface. Do I have one? Oh, I should explain what the things are floating around my head too. Yes, I do. So let's see if that works. Let's make sure I'm doing the right thing here. I'm missing what I need because it's in the backpack. Let me turn that off. Whoops. Let me put that back. Okay. So I'm going to get this out of the way because I don't want that. And let me get my tools out of the way. This comes over here. Alright, this is what I've got. Does this, can this go on? No, I don't think it does. Well, what if it does with this? Well, that's something. But that doesn't help. Well, I don't know that this can be done. I will research it and figure it out. But the point being is that for the time being, I will get rid of this. And I don't think that this goes... No, it won't connect there either. Alright, I'm not going to worry about it right this second. I will research it and get back with everybody. But the point being is that when I am here, this is my... Oh great, did I just put the interface in here? Yeah, I did, the bank link. So what this is doing is, if I can connect it to this, what it is it's just sort of a mirror image of what's in my bank. So if I look here, I've got whatever, 235 andesite. So if I look here, I have, this is exactly the same. It's 235 andesite, and everything is the same, in the same position, doing the same thing. So The good news is that for whatever reason, if I die and this is in a backpack somewhere, I can come to this here and I will be able to see what's in here and pull something out. So if I need a bunch of torches or whatever, I can pull it out. The other nice thing is once I get this hooked up to my storage system, I will be able to see what's in here. So when I go into the crafting grid and I say andesite, andesite, I'll be able to see the andesite. Now I can't because it's not connected, but the idea is that I will be able to. So I can access that bank. So if you have a lot of big stacks of things, you can store them in here and still access them through your storage system as soon as I figure out how to connect it to the storage input, which I'll work on that. In terms of tank, oh, before I get sidetracked, I was going to do storage. I was going to show you the storage or the salvaging, not scavenging. So the salvaging table is smithing table, which you can find, but it's not difficult to make. It's simple to make. Bunch of copper, which is pretty prolific, meaning we can find it everywhere. An iron axe and an iron pickaxe, and these I don't believe they need to be full durability, but you can try using non-full durability and see if that works. And you need a bucket of lava, so if you've been to the Nether, that's easy. If not, you can just grab a bucket from the surface somewhere, a lake of lava or just a little lava waterfall. Just be careful not to catch on fire. The tricky part is the gem dust, and it's just slightly tricky. I'll show you how to do it. You need an anvil. It doesn't have to be a brand new one. You can use chipped or damaged. I will use a damaged. You need any apotheosis gem. So if I do apotheosis and take a look at the gems, all I need to do is pick out I've already made some up, because I've already made the table. But you just find a gem, and I can actually sort by number here. So when I look for a gem, because chances are the gems you have the most of are probably the most common. So if it's gray and the name is gray and it's cracked, that is the lowest tier. So any gray one would do, and probably all of these are gray. Yeah, they're all cracked. Versus if you go up, they go chipped and then they go flawed. So we're just going to take, I have a lot of these, so we'll just take, now you're going to need 2 of these. So any 2, you can have 1 of each, or in fact, let's do 1 of each just to show how this works. So I took 1 from each of these stacks to get them down to 15. I will take a common piece of dirt. Coarse dirt. Close enough. I'll take coarse dirt. Let me take dirt. Just need 1. Alright, and then I like to do this up against like a wall. So we'll do it here. Alright, so place the dirt 1 block above. Place the anvil on top. So it's just sitting there. And then I've got make sure my backpack is turned off. Yes. Make sure my magnet is tucked away. Let me get this. Actually, I don't think it's on, but just to be sure, let's put that away. So I'm going to take these 2 gems and toss them so they are underneath the dirt, And then you just break the dirt and down they go. Where did the anvil go? Did the anvil... what happened? The anvil broke. Okay. Little too damaged. This should work. Well, if it's too damaged, it'll break and it won't work. So let's try this again. I know this works. So second time's the charm here. I'm just throwing it out here. Okay. I'm going to back up a little bit so I don't inadvertently do anything. Okay. So the anvil's still there. It's still damaged, but it didn't break. So you get your dirt block and you get 2 of these gem dusts, which is what you need to make the salvaging table. So there we go. And yeah, I'll put that up. Let me put my clock back up because I like to have that. The other things are not that important. Yeah, I've got it. So let me... Alright, so there that is. Let me put the anvil away. So that's how you get your dust. And then when you're done, you can make... you'll have the dust to make the salvaging table. And then after that, you can use the table itself. So let me grab another. So instead of having to repeat that, once you make the salvaging table, you can take an Apotheosis gem. And again, it doesn't matter which one. I'll take one of these. And you can just toss it in. And out comes dust. So it breaks down the dust for you. And I just put my infernal tier in here that I didn't want to do. There. So that is all of that. Yeah. So this is set up. I did also put a modular router here with a placer. It places up, and I've given it acacia wood, and it's doing that. And then behind it is the machine that will absorb that and throw it over into the latex, and we're making our latex, our dry rubber, using the water from the sink and yeah, the extract from the acacia wood. So there's all of that. Okay, so we have time left, so I'm going to go and pause for a moment, and I will be right back. Okay, I figured it out. I was trying to connect it here. It needed to be connected here. Makes sense. So this is just the item interface that I was trying to use. I'm using the existing cable because I don't need to add a new one. If I wanted to have it over here or over here, then I'd need to use another cable to connect it. So I'm saving a cable this way. And the bank is there. And then, yeah, I can put all this stuff away. Whoops, not that. The bank link I will carry with me, and this stuff I can put away. So, and this actually went in a frame that I'm not worried about. I'll deal with that later. So, to confirm, I will take a look at andesite, because so here is my andesite. So anything else that's in here, is now accessible through this interface. So I can now access all these things. So if I need something, say I wanted to make a furnace, Let's type furnace. Now I don't have any in inventory, and if I could take a look at how to make one, I need some kind of stone. Well, all of my stone is in here. So all I have to do is just select it and it will grab something. So this cobble is actually coming out of this, not all my chests. So this is a nice way to do this, is to keep all the blocks. These are things I tend to mine up. And so, yeah, having that there is quite handy. And it's not clogging up all of my chests. So, got it working. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and I do have, so what you, let's see if I can, one more moment. Let me check my controls. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay. If you can see, I have four things kind of hovering behind me as I move. And with the spinning cube there, it's four bows. So when I shoot an arrow, there's a chance that one or more of those will go off as well. It's a very cool effect. So that is, let's see, where did I get that? This, the bracelet here. So it summons up to, of course the number can change as I level it, 4 floating bows behind the player. So you may catch one if I turn quickly. You might see one on the screen that flicks momentarily, but that's what it is. And so, yeah, this will go up also as I level this, and it doesn't deal a lot of damage, but that'll increase as well. And then they don't have, individually don't have a lot of health, so they can get destroyed, but they will come back. So that is nice. And so that's what's hovering there. So yeah, so if you see there like that, you can catch it out of the corner. That is there. The other thing I was doing was, I have flight on just to get down here quickly. I set this up with the blocks that I had over in my original base. I just came over here and set them up, and yep, some of them have actually, like this one, has actually turned into the cube. So I will remove it. So yeah, I thought it might be nice to put them down here to display them. And if we go up, yeah, they're over on the other side, so I will speedy around. Yep, I have cows. So yeah, I was having the spawner was set up with a piglin brute that was riding a cow, that spawner, and so when I was killing the brutes I ended up with a lot of cows roaming around, so I brought them over here, and I'm going to make this at least temporarily their level, and I may throw in some other farmland animals. So this should be fun. With that, I'm going to give you a quick tour through the base. The only way to remove these vaults is to go into creative mode and break them. There may be some other way, but it's not something you can pickaxe. So there is that. Let's see. I still have a bunch of these I have to clear out. And of course the timer has reset. This actually has one of the trial spawners in it. As long as it's covered with blocks, it won't spawn. And they're pretty much everywhere. One thing is it's kind of a nice idea to go through and break down some walls and look behind things, because there are some secrets, and I probably won't find any because I have the video on. But I was trying to break down some walls and clear some area, and I was finding like things behind bookcases and yeah, all kind of little secrets. So this just goes over this way. I've removed a lot of these candle holders because of the way they're set up. They tend to want to, um, if you open it to try to put in more candles and then close it, that happens. And that's a bit annoying. And so, yeah, I've cleared out a lot of stuff out of here. Not everything. I've tried to leave a lot of the structure intact. You know, this is kind of a tight corner, and I don't know about, having these trapdoors here. But yeah, some of the decorations are left. The floor is this. This is, nice pattern floor. This is kind of breaking off, this access, which is not great. But I'm trying to let some of the vines grow if they're not in the way. Let's see if we take these books down. I'm probably not going to find anything exciting now that I've said that I found something exciting. The flowers give off this, little petals and things. Oh yeah, there's that. I did find when I was going through here, I did find a bookcase like this that actually had enchanted books in it, which was a nice find. That ladder down I'll do in a minute. So it's a combination of these looms with bookshelves with books. And again, I'm not finding anything exciting here. Hoping to catch something on camera. I'm going to hop over here real quick just to get to the other side. Nothing? Ah, all right. So lots of rooms. Again, this walkway is very narrow and not exactly conducive to running around nor the vines, but it's a neat little space. Yeah, this is... Yeah. So lots and lots and lots of bookshelves. This goes out onto the patio. There's more bookshelves. Go figure. I did actually silk touch some, so I have some that are still intact, but not a lot. And yeah, so there's a kind of a mini zen garden here. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't. I have to kind of go around here. Yeah, just a nice little area. Oh yes, and I'm not not gathering things up. So it just keeps going, and look, this is yeah, they're mirror images of each other. So this side is mirror imaged with the other side. Out here, it's a nice patio, goes all the way around. You get these fancy lights. And you can even go up and go around. Not really much to see, but you can go down here. And again, both sides are pretty, I mean, it goes down on both sides, so you're kind of doing a mirror image again of things. And there's vines everywhere, and then you go up again and you go out. There is a down here somewhere. Yeah, here it is, of course. Last side I go to. And it goes into this kind of underwater garden sort of thing. Lots of vines, lots of hanging things. Oh, this is also where I put a stone so I can come back here. So this kind of a garden area, lots of flowers and vines and walkways. You can go down into the water. I'll give you a quickie tour. There's honey blocks here. There's dripstone. There's a waterfall. There's lots of parkour things to jump back and forth on. There's benches. I'm assuming you can fish here, but there's vines you can climb on. And yeah, I put a waystone here so you can get out onto the larger patio. This has the big cherry tree. Our old base is over there. And I did take down the cobblestone walkway that went all the way up to the top there, the pillar. Yeah, so this is actually a little pretty area. This is where there was a trap that I fell into spectacularly and died. That there was a chest there. And there's a little bit of an extended patio out here with some smaller trees, but well, that's actually a pretty good size one, really. And then you get to go down again to even more more things. And this is a big space here. I like this a lot. With the lanterns and the books, and it's a nice little space. And then you've got these little alcoves on either side. Oh yeah, these are so neat. I like these. This is supposed to look like a katana, a sword, being displayed. I think it would have been better if the background would have been white as opposed to gray. It would have stood out a little bit more, but these are kind of like guys doing battle. A little scene here. There's a little scene over here. Different guys. Different equipment. So, and then there's this little tiny little alcoves in here. Storage. Ooh, and one I missed. Ha! There we go. Glad I'm walking around. I would have found it eventually, but yeah, nice that I got it now. Yeah, so nice little, oh, there's another one. Nice little niches around here, including a bath. Ah, so nice. And yeah. And then, yeah, there's Skulk hanging here, which I found interesting. This is an interesting space because it's all about, um, you know, the well, it's a big space. It's got more of these vaults in it, and then this is where you come down on either side, and yeah, you get to look out. So it's quite an interesting space. Oh, this is fun. This is a guy who looks like he's brushing sand. See the brush? He's excavating sand. Yeah, a lot of these little things around that, nice little bedroom niches. That's got to be an Enderman. Yeah. So, unfortunately, these aren't real beds. They're just decorative. And yeah, we've got the problem again with that. So this thing just keeps going and going and going. And it's quite exciting. Yeah, we already saw that one. Yeah, so, uh, yeah, little nooks and crannies. You can look in here. All right, well, that's that. And yeah, I'm back the way I was going. This gets a little, it's easy to get turned around in here, I find, just because some of the, I mean, it all looks the same. And yeah, it's a little confusing at times where you are. This is the big staircase, that's the little staircase. So, yeah. Yeah, because you're looking down on it from here. Oh, that is a trial that I seem to have not done. Okay, well, I will have to go do that at some point. It tells you how big this place is that I've missed those. Yeah, this is these are cool flags. And yeah, we go down further. Yeah, we're back down here again. So, yeah, little maze-like. And I'm looking for the staircase. That, yes, I'm lost. So, okay, this is where I went down. So, this is the cute garden areas. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, cute garden areas. That goes back to the red carpet walkway around. Okay, I may be officially lost in my own home. Uh, yeah. Oh, the pink blossoms floating down from the ceiling. I mean, it's... Okay, let's go down here again. So that's the staircase down. And I haven't hit the... Oh, I know what I did. I did this so I didn't have anybody wandering in accidentally. That's what it is. That's why I can't figure out where I'm going. Yep, I was afraid I'd have guys wandering in. So again, my old base is just right over there. And yeah, this is how you get into the next level. So again, little pretty gardens, cake. Gotta love the cake. Yeah, you get to go. Well, we can go up. It's up to here. Yeah, this is how I was supposed to go down. Yeah, I almost need direction signs, go here, go there. Yeah, so this is the big space that has, and have these guys out here battling, it looks like. There's some fun rooms kind of hidden behind these walls, which I've cleared out, but it was a bunch of fun items in here, books and other things, and this side. And the other side has like a dressing room kind of thing for the actors. And so that was this side. And then there is a pool, but it has these mirror-looking banners. It's very cool. I almost missed that part because it was hidden back in there. And these spaces are just, and this is, look at this. This is gigantic. I mean, just, it'll be fun to be able to put things in these spaces. Because down at this level, this is just massive. Here's another pool over here. This, I took down some of the walls, so that's why there's things that are kind of floating. We've got another pool here. Yep. And I'm trying to remember how you get down to the next level. From here, now it's not that way. And you would think I would know that, but oh yeah, it's the big staircase. Speaking of which, yeah, so this is massive. I have no idea how I'm going to use all this space. So this is technically the front door. There were bookcases tucked in back here, and chests and other things in this space that went up very high. There is a level down there and another level above that that has these walkways. You can see right here. And yeah, you also have all this area out here, which has, trees and greenery, and we've got the amazing sword that's hanging right there, which is cool. And there's a pirate ship in the distance right there. So yes, more things to explore. And I'm going to drop down so you can see this real quick. But this was covered with spider webs, so if you fall, I don't think you would take any damage if you came through the front door. There were spider webs all over this, so I've cleared out the webs. To get up to the next level, you actually have to go through, is it here? Oh no, that's a dead end. That is definitely not it. Not it. It's here somewhere. Nope. I might be this one here. Yeah, you have to crawl through. There's some puddles, and there are spawners back in here. But you crawl through, and if you keep going, you end up back down at the same level. But if you pop out here, you're at the upper level. And then, yep, it's just there's spawners at this level, nothing back behind there, but you would come up this way. And this would get you starting from the bottom level, unfortunately, doing a spiral coming all the way up. Then you get to one of these, and this is where it was covered with all bookcases and chests and all kinds of other things hidden in here. And you come through, and then you're on this side, and if you go on the other side, it's similar, where it's got similar room here with these tall, narrow, covered with bookcases that I've removed, of course. And yeah, so that's this giant room, and then you either go up the main staircase there, or you can go up this little side staircase. And yeah, there were more spawners out here. You have to drop down and go to the other side. There is no way to get across. I don't remember there being a way. No, this is just one little walkway on this side, and then this would get you up to the next level up. Yeah, and just a couple little rooms. This is just a balcony looking over where all the bookshelves were. So, loads of fun clearing this out. It still has a lot of work needed to make it fully functional, and definitely need to deal with everything. So yeah, it's a massive space. I can claim it all, but I cannot force load it all. It's too big, too many chunks. So, which is kind of a problem most people don't have, but I didn't build it. So I was able to, I force loaded 25 chunks, and yeah, I've claimed out maybe 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 by 12-ish. So it's 144, plus I've got the other stuff from my old base, which is just starting right down here and going further down. Yeah, so that is all of that. I have so many waystones in here because I'm getting myself lost going between different spots. So I've crafted and placed some waystones around. So this will get me to my original home, and then I've got several base levels going on so I can get to things and find things. Yeah. I do want to show you one more thing I found before I wrap this up, and let me make sure it is daytime before I go there, because I don't want to inadvertently encourage things to spawn. I'm going to take you to the cutest little village, and let me make sure that my sound is up, because I have a feeling it is not. Yes, it is not. There we go. Okay. This is a village for little frogs that actually walk upright. They're called ribbits. This is a ribbit village, and they do some things that the little villagers do too. So, but the neat thing, if I can find them, is wherever they are. I hear them. Here it is. There's little musicians that are frogs. Got a guy playing a drum and a guitar, and somebody playing a wind instrument, and they just hang out and play. So you can trade with them as well. You have to find some specific guys like this guy. Oh, hold on, let me make sure I'm not attacking this guy. Nope, you're not gonna trade with me? Okay. But they have, how about you? Do you want to trade with me? No? But it's interesting, different sort of, how about you? No. Okay. Come on. Sitting and spinning. Here we go. There we go. There we go. So, they like amethyst shards. So you can get various things from them. They tend to be the little fishing guys. Yes, you were so cute. And yeah, so I think we've got another band going on over here. Oh, just somebody with a... Oh, they put their instruments away. You got a drummer. So, and we have a vintner in the distance. So, that's what this is. Yeah. And just like regular villages, they have, you know, stuff to loot. Yeah. Yeah, and then they got one out in the water swimming. Trying to find one that looks a little different. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, so here. And a bunch of barrels. So, yep, there's a relic. Lots of fish. Lots of kelp. See, yeah, so you do get some neat things here, but I thought I would share. So, yeah, if you are, this is in the cypress wetlands. There's also an apothecary over here. And let's take a quick peek over here. So do not attack him and don't loot his stuff, and he'll be happy. If you try to loot his stuff, he'll attack you. And of course, if you attack him, he attacks you. So that's kind of the way that works. But it's up to you whether you want to do that. You can attack, but then you can't trade. So let me go find him. Oh, there he is. He's a piglin. But he's the Apothacarist. And here's some idea of what he'll trade. So let me see if the hat works with the... I don't know if it does with this guy, but we'll see. Let's switch that out. And no, it does not work. If it worked, there'd be a line through this and a new number. So, nope. But he does have stuff you can loot, and if you want, but realize that once you do that, you can't trade with him. And he has a door over here that kind of goes up to a secret spot. This goes out onto his balcony, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. But if you keep going up, you get the desk. and of course a bell. But down here, through the doorway, yeah, he's not real thrilled I'm poking around. There's a chest here, some bookcases, lots of candles, a bed, and then out here you've got some potted plants and candles, and yeah, you can actually walk along his roof back to this spot. And walk along here, there's another pot. Come back this way. So, just wanted to share again, and that's the Apothecary. So, this I found over in this area, and this is where I found the slime spawners, which actually comes with a creeper. This is a massive structure as well that I will tackle at some point, but yeah. Yep, it's off the coast of my base, just across the water. This is all swamp and cypress wetlands. So, just wanted to share that with you. I am Cuberized, and this is my Craftoria Let's Play. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I do read and reply to everything. If you have enjoyed this episode, please give me a like. That's always much appreciated. And subscribe so you can get alerted to new content when I make it available. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Cuberized signing off. Have a good one. Bye.